Have you ever felt that quiet war inside you? That tug-of-war between the person you want to be and the person you allow yourself to be? You wake up with fire in your heart, ready to change your life. But then the day passes, and nothing really changes. You say, "Tomorrow. I'll start tomorrow." And somehow, tomorrow never comes. Maybe you've dreamed of success, of building something meaningful, of living a life that matters. You've seen it in your mind, the applause, the peace, the pride. But when it's time to act, something whispers, "Later. You deserve a break." And slowly, that whisper becomes a chain. It binds you to comfort, while your dreams fade away quietly in the corner of your heart. This story is for you, for every dreamer who's been caught in that endless loop of ambition and delay. It's not about luck. It's not about talent. It's about the silent killer we all underestimate, laziness. And how one young man discovered, too late, that the weeds of laziness can choke even the most beautiful dream. But don't worry, his story doesn't end in tragedy. It ends in transformation. So sit back. Listen closely. Because what you're about to hear might just change the way you see your own life, forever. Once upon a time, in a quiet green valley surrounded by whispering trees and golden sunlight, there lived a young man named Amir. Amir was 25, strong, healthy, and full of dreams that could light up a sky. He often stood by his empty field, imagining what it would become. One day, he would say with a smile, "My crops will be so tall they'll touch the clouds. My field will shine like gold, and everyone will know my name." The villagers admired his confidence. They called him a visionary, a dreamer. But dreams alone don't plow fields, and that was Amir's greatest problem. When the sun rose, others worked. Amir slept. When the wind carried the scent of freshly turned soil, Amir stayed in the shade, talking about how successful he would be someday. He loved the idea of success, but hated the price of effort. Each day began with "today" and ended with "tomorrow." His uncle, Fazal, was one of the wisest farmers in the village, a man whose hands were rough from decades of work, yet whose heart was soft with understanding. One evening, he came to visit Amir. The old man looked at Amir's land, fertile, but barren. "Amir, my son," he said, "you speak of golden crops, yet all I see is dry soil. Tell me, what holds your hands back?" Amir laughed casually. "Uncle, don't worry. I will start tomorrow. You'll see. My field will be the best in the village." Fazal sighed. He had heard "tomorrow" too many times. He decided to teach his nephew a lesson, not with scolding, but with wisdom. From his pocket, he pulled out 2 small pouches. Inside each were seeds. "These are no ordinary seeds," the old man said. "They carry your future." Amir's eyes widened. "Magic seeds?" Fazal nodded. "The first one is the ambition seed. If you plant it and care for it every day, it will grow into a tree that gives fruit, shade, and wealth. But if you neglect it, it will die." He held up the second pouch. "This is the laziness seed. It grows fast, faster than you can imagine. But it spreads weeds everywhere, choking everything else in your field. Once it takes root, it destroys everything you dreamed of." Fazal placed both in Amir's hands. "Now the choice is yours, my son. The future of your land, and your life, depends on which seed you feed." Amir looked at the 2 seeds under the moonlight, one promising greatness, the other decay. "I will plant the ambition seed," he said proudly. But when morning came, the bed felt warm, the sun too bright, the day too long. "I'll do it tomorrow," he whispered. Days passed. Excuses grew. Then one lazy afternoon, out of boredom, he planted both seeds. "Let's see what happens," he said, laughing. "Maybe I can take care of them later." Weeks turned into months. Amir forgot about the seeds. He spent his time talking, dreaming, sleeping, until one day, while wandering through his land, he saw it, a nightmare unfolding. The laziness seed had exploded into life. Thick, dark weeds covered the field. They crept across the soil like snakes, choking the ground, killing everything around, and in the corner, barely visible, was a frail sprout, the ambition seed, pale, starved, struggling for sunlight. Amir's heart sank. His field was dying. His dream was dying. Just then, his uncle arrived. Seeing the overgrown land, he shook his head gently. "Amir," he said, "this is your life before you. The weeds are your excuses. The weak sprout, that is your ambition. You fed laziness every day with comfort and delay, and now it grows wild. You gave nothing to ambition, no water, no care, so it's dying." The old man placed a hand on his shoulder. "Remember, my son, laziness doesn't need effort to grow, it grows by itself. But ambition only grows through discipline." Amir fell to his knees, staring at the dying plant that he felt something break inside him, the wall of denial, the illusion of tomorrow. That night he didn't sleep. He thought about every wasted day, every later, every mischance. He realized something terrible. He hadn't lost his dream to fate. He had given it away to laziness. Before dawn, Amir rose. For the first time in years, he worked out. He tore the weeds out with his bare hands until his palms bled. He dug deep into the soil, pulled roots, and cleared the field. It hurt, his muscles screamed, his body shook, but something inside him was reborn. Day after day, he returned. He watered the ambition seed, protected it from pests, spoke to it as if it were alive. Slowly it grew. Weeks turned to months. Seasons passed. And one day, the tiny sprout became a strong tree, tall, green, full of life. The tree bore fruit, gave shade, and brought prosperity. Amir's land bloomed again. His name spread across the valley, not because of his words, but because of his work. The villagers no longer called him a dreamer. They called him a doer, the man who fought his laziness. And one. Amir's story isn't just about a farmer. It's about all of us. Inside every heart, two seeds live side by side, ambition and laziness. Ambition whispers, "Get up. Work hard. You can do more." Laziness whispers, "Rest. There's time. Do it later." And whichever whisper you obey becomes your destiny. If you water ambition daily, through effort, discipline, and courage, it grows into success, peace, and fulfillment. But if you feed laziness, through excuses, comfort, and delay, it spreads fast, killing every dream you once held dear. Amir changed because he understood one thing: dreams are not enough. Action is the water that keeps them alive. So, dear listener, don't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow is a trap. The longer you wait, the deeper laziness grows its roots. Start now. Pull out your weeds. Water your ambition. Because the future belongs not to those who dream, but to those who act. If Amir's story touched your heart, share it. Someone out there is still sleeping through their dreams. Let's wake them up. Together. Subscribe to Tales with English for more stories that feed your ambition and silence your laziness. Because every great life begins with one decision, the decision to begin.